I got one toy. Did you get a couple toys?
I got some little ones. I want you to go last because yours is way better than mine.
Sure.
It's different. It's more kaiju. I'll put it like this.
Okay.
It's better for the theme. So you were on this show. It was when I did the Monster Island Live with Ryan Wilhelm when you were out, and I showed off a little like a designer vinyl toy, indie toy line that I'm just really getting into. And this isn't really kaiju. I mean, I can make them kaiju, like giant size if I want to in my head canon, as Ryan Dole would say. But it's this LA-based artist, and the line is called Galaxxor, and it's these kind of like cool, like retro robot space monster, spaceman guy type things. And I've been collecting them, but he just had a new release, and he's another one on Friday. I'm really excited. But this was the latest one that I picked up. And I thought this was really, really cool. I just love the colors and the designs. And they come with interchangeable heads. So I can put this.
Oh, that's cool.
This head on him as well. But he has backstories and all that stuff. But I just love, like, this is truly going into that, what we talked about last show. Like, I'm full on, like, I don't care about the backstory in these guys. I just like the way that these guys look. And there's some really cool ones. It is that like simple, but not simple as in lazy, simple as in like simple design. But
designed
bright,
well,
bold, bright, bold colors. And they are really, really cool. It's like a little retro chic. And I have now 3 or 4 of them. I'm really excited. Some of them are just so cool. And excited for the other stuff that Galaxxor is releasing. So I picked that one up. And I'm hoping to get the one on Friday too. They're only like, they only release a handful of them. So it's gotta go fast.
Yeah.
The other
We're
one,
used to that.
Yeah, I know. That's par for the course. The other one, I don't know if it was on my top 10 list or not. If it wasn't, it's just because it's probably a little bit more accessible because they release a lot of different variants of it, and I wasn't tied to a specific variant. But it's something that I got one from the great at Sweaty Vinyl on Instagram, or Michael Lynch. He's awesome. But I got another one, and I got my first painted version because he gave me a cool, clear, translucent purple. And that is from our good buddy Mark Nagata, Max Toy Co. I got me a painted Sofubi man.
There you go.
I love this one. So I have my blank Sofubi woman and my blank Sofubi man, and now I have a painted Sofubi woman and a painted Sofubi man and the 2 casting stations. So
You're set, dude.
I got my whole Sofubi factory going.
You can start making toys.
I know. So the cool thing is the Sofubi woman, she's holding, like, she's painting the Izon, which is one of the popular custom kaiju that Mark does. It's one of his creations. Well, Sofubi man, Izon's in his back pocket. Look at that. That's so cool. I know. I love this. I mean, I love Sofubi man. I really, honestly, Jake, I feel like, we always talk about like Sofubi Hall of Fame and like these are important pieces. I feel that in modern Sofubi, and I'm talking like modern, I think the Sofubi man and women, they're highly sought after. They're highly collectible. People love them. They sell out in a minute. But I think they're important pieces because there's no other like representation of the people that actually make this stuff and have kept this art alive for so long and spent their lives, put blood, sweat, and tears, literally blood, sweat, and tears to be able to create these beautiful pieces of art that we love and geek out over. And I just think it's cool that Mark had the foresight and to really pay homage to these folks. And I think these are important pieces, just like the M1 Haru Nakajima, like he deserved that because he's such an integral part of Godzilla. I'm glad that was captured and other things. I think, we look back when we're, 1 foot in the grave and we're looking back on the important piece. I think these Sofubi men and women are going to be really, really cool pieces and like have a big part of the history of Sofubi, especially what we call now modern Sofubi.
Yeah, that's no one can say that any better. Like I agree with you. And now I feel bad. I don't have one. I'm gonna have to get that.
Go get one.
I gotta be on the lookout. I was, when those went up, I was like, I tried to make it myself a mental note of like, okay, the Sofubi man goes up on Friday. And then Friday, 5 minutes after they went up, I was like, oh shit, I think Sofubi man went up. And I go look, it's just gone. It's like,
gone.
Like you said, they wipe out immediately. But
they're so cool. And I love this colorway too. It lucked out. I was gonna get it no matter what, but this is one I really dig. The last thing I got is very odd. It it is truly a toy. It is pretty, other than like maybe like a stick, it might be the ultimate toy. It's one that's been played with for a long time. It's a vintage piece. This is, without further ado, a Ultraman, the Kaiju Teleston, a Teleston top, a vintage top. So there's no markings, there's no date. My gut is that this is early 70s, maybe late 60s. It's probably like a carnival prize or something.
Yeah.
But it's a vintage toy. It's a heavy like metal top, but it has a little image there of Teleston in there, of this cool like vintage style artwork. And it actually came with a string, like the old school, like rip it out. I don't have it here with me, but but yeah, I mean, I thought like this is really cool. I don't know why I like it. I don't have anything Teleston. I love him. I just throw him in my Ultraman, Detolf, and there we go. But I thought this was wacky and cool and super fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, you know how it is over here. We like the weird.
Yeah,
we like the weird stuff. So that fits perfectly. I love that. That's a good.
Yeah.
Those are all good pickups. You're like my favorite thing that you just did was you're like, oh well, my pickups are little. You got a real, and then you're like, top 10 list. Here's the most important Sofubi figure to come out.
Yeah, well, I mean they weren't like Kaiju, like very blatantly Kaiju, right? I mean, except for Teleston. But yeah, but I do know more to come. The next time we broadcast, I believe I'll be able to update, to extend, to have a new number on the quest of 8989s.
You might be there at this point. I don't know.
Close. I think I might be getting close to 80 after the next the next wave. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's rare when Jay doesn't have an 89 to show off.
Right.
You've gone 2 weeks without getting an 89.
Yeah. Pretty soon I will stop because somebody asked me like, well, after you get to 89, are you going to go for more? I'm like, no, that's the bit. That's the thing. It's like,
well, that's the bit. Right now it's 8989s, but then it's going to be 9889s
or 1989. No, I feel like at 8989s, that's my art installation, right? I can come up with crazy design and bam.
When you get to 8989s, what you could do is if one comes out that you just like, you're like, holy fuck.
Yes.
Just get it and maybe sell one of the other ones if you need to.
Agreed.
One of the ones where the only difference is like the eye color.
No, that's what exactly I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like at one point I want it to be these are my favorite 89.
Yes.
And then we'll go from there.
So if you gotta shift some out, that's okay.
Yeah.
Is that it, Jay? That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Right. Well, I got a toy.
Yes.
I got one toy. Well, it's technically 2 toys, but it came as one toy. I got this from Toku Toy Town, and it arrived today, which is crazy. First of all, let me just say, Toku Toy Town, they're shipping. They know how to do things. This came really quick. I'm very excited because I was hoping it was going to get here before my trip, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, there's no way this is going to get here in less than a week, but it did.
We make dreams happen, Jake.
I got a Gorgo.
Yeah.
I got a Gorgo. We were doing our episode last week and talking about Gorgo and, rewatching Gorgo. I was like, wow, I really kind of rediscovered my love for this. And the Titanic Creations Gorgo that's coming out is really like, I think I might have mentioned this before, but I'm kind of in this headspace right now where I really love getting, toys, whether they're Sofubi or not, for some of these old kaiju and monster films that were like favorites of mine as a kid that weren't Godzilla. So like Harryhausen, Reptilicus, Gorgo. Reptilicus is on my list next. I gotta get one of those Reptilicus figures because I like having this little collection of the kind of lesser known weirdos. You know what I mean? So picked up this Gorgo. You helped me find this guy, and this gal. But so I was really happy because I was like, you know what? I want to bring little Gorgo to London with me and be one of those people who sets the pictures up since Gorgo takes place in London. But
hey, do not let him get captured by that circus.
Dude, he's not. There's no circus.
Don't leave him in an empty swimming pool.
This is a great figure, man. And it perfectly captures the weirdness of how big the arms and the feet
Yeah,
are.
it's a beautiful sculpt.
It is a very, very well done sculpt. I love the bit of yellow on the back of this toy and a little baby Gorgo. I love these. These are great.
I mean, could you imagine?
Up,
could you imagine young Jake if like you were presented that like M1 Gorgo at back then? Like how awesome that would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't find Godzilla toys until Trendmaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
I had a bootleg, I had an Imperial.
Yeah, but the Imperial,
the Imperial like Gigan that I found at the state fair. So those all doubled as Godzilla, Gorgo, everybody. But
yeah.
No, I love these. That. I love that. I love when a toy comes with an extra and has a little. It's great. It's perfect,
and especially when it actually is like part of like the film, right? Like sometimes they'll come with like a mini version of themselves. It's like there wasn't a mini version. Or the best one is the giant walrus from Gorath Maguma, the Marasan version of that, or the M1 version of that comes with like the little Anguirus. I'm like, why are they together?
The last thing I'll say, the thing that I also really love is that this isn't just a small version of this sculpt. It is a completely different. They weren't trying to make it identical to the big one. It is a completely original sculpt compared to this. It looks nothing alike. It's different. Its back is different. The head, the hands, everything is different. And I love that.
Yeah, they spared no expense on that one. That one was you could tell that Nishimura and company really did treat that with respect and develop a pretty awesome piece. And there's some really cool colorways out there for that Gorgo. I love mine.
Yeah, I've been seeing some good. I've been seeing some. What color is yours? What do
mine is kind of like it's like a pearl white-ish, and then the back is like a kind of a metallic blue. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to find where did I put my Gorgo? I've been rearranging.
Lost Gorgo.
No, Gorgo, come back. No, I'm trying to develop a kind of. Oh yeah, he's right in front of me. I'm trying to develop like a section that's kind of the miscellaneous kaiju, right? Like Gorgo.
That's what I want to do.
And Death Kappa and Gilala and even some Toho properties like Gezera and stuff like that don't tie into Godzilla directly. And so I have him up there. She and him are looking over at Death Kappa and Gilala right now. So
I want that Death Kappa too, man. I'm so annoyed that the Death Kappa figures are so expensive. It's like it's like a movie that movie kind of sucks. It's like you don't hear about that movie too much. The toys are amazing.
Yeah, I found a blank one on one of the main one of the vinyl sites, like not like an auction site or anything. One of them had the glow in the dark blank for like a pretty decent price. But
but the glow in the dark blanks looks like the one I don't want.
I know, right?
Very cool.
But you're an artist, man. You can paint that. I trust you.
I don't know how to airbrush. Yeah, I could paint it with some actual paint, but that's not the same. Yeah, this guy Gorgo, I'm gonna put him with my Pulgasari figures and my Gilala and my Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I did have another toy related thing, but it's a personal bit of news, but it's not it's not like a pickup or anything.
Yeah,
I just let you know, like I made the decision and I canceled all of my pre-orders for Super 7. Yeah.
Oh man.
I wasn't like, it wasn't a long decision or whatever. I was going through some of like my pre-orders to check on some status updates on some different properties. And I think I was looking at probably like the Saurozoic Warriors that are coming out. And I think I probably bought them through Big Bad Toy Store or something like that. And I was noticing, and I was like, all the Super 7s, and I had pre-ordered all of them through them. And I was like, am I just going to do a Mezco with this again, where I buy them all, then I just sell them or get rid of them? Because I go, they could be awesome. And that's not a knock on Super. This is not I think these will be bad toys. But I was just looking at like, where do these fit in like my collecting? And am I getting them because like they're Super 7? I trust what they're going to do with them. I know Brian Flynn, that's like in his wheelhouse. But like, where do they fit? And I know, I mean, I just got rid of literally 100 NECA Ninja Turtle figures, and I love that property, and I love what, I mean, those are some of my favorite toys, but like, it's just not meaningful to me in the same way that like some of the Sofubi and stuff is. So I went ahead and canceled them all.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not worried about, first off, I'm not worried about them being like impossible to get.
Well, they're not. Yeah, they're going to come out and they'll be available. Yeah.
I just feel like I'm gonna Mezco them, where it's like, and I just like, I don't want to do that. It's a waste of my time, and maybe somebody else will snag them, and I hope they turn out awesome. But so that was, I just decided up and cancel some Super 7.
Hey, I understand. I didn't even. I only pre-ordered the first wave, the Godzilla and the Biollante, and it's Godzilla 89. It is the Rose form Biollante, which I own 0 Rose form Biollantes. Biollante is my favorite kaiju. So
did it just win the Rose form, the Bandai Movie Monster series, like the fan poll? Yeah.
So
you should probably had that in the news.
Yeah. Well, we just said it. Good. I pre-ordered the first wave, and I want to, I've seen them. I've seen the prototypes in person, and they don't look great. The painting's really weird on them, but I think they're early prototypes. What I've seen. I don't think every Super 7 figure I own is great. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until that first set comes in. I will get the melting Godzilla.
I almost kept that one.
I mean, it doesn't exist anywhere else. It's so different than a burning Godzilla. I will buy that, but I don't think I'll buy Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
The Destroyer, we'll see.
Yeah.
It is a very good looking. It's a very good looking Destroyer figure, so we'll see. But I'm not going to do anything else until I get the 2. That, and who knows? I don't know. I don't even know when they're supposed to be at this point. It's just. There's too many things.
Maybe I get the burning Godzilla. I can pair him kind of with my Titanic Creations Gorgo. They could go together. That would be really cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I had to do that. But I didn't have to, but I did that.
Yeah, it's fine.